This Pioneer Field Agronomist Scott Eversgerd with the first agronomy text for 2016. Real quickly, just want to hit a few topics beginning the year. Obviously, the wheat crop is probably the crop we've got growing in the field today of the most concern. The majority of the crop is now jointed. A couple things happen at joining. Number one, the growing point and developing head now move above the soil surface out of the crown region. So now the crop is much more susceptible to a late spring freeze. For those of you who remember Easter morning of 2007, we had one of those freezes and actually did some damage to part of the crop. So really that's the biggest thing we got to watch on the wheat crop as we move forward. Overall, the crop appears to be about 10 to 14 days ahead of average, so the crop has progressed very well over the mild winter. Second thing that happens at joining is the nitrogen uptake of the wheat plant really takes off. So over the next 6 weeks, about 85% of the total nitrogen consumption of the wheat plant will happen. So I think most areas have had a chance to get a lot of or all the nitrogen on the wheat crop. If you haven't, it would be a good time to go ahead and get those last nitrogen applications scheduled and get those on. Secondly, from an alfalfa standpoint, just looking at some alfalfa this spring here, everything looks pretty good. We overwintered very well. Stands look good, and definitely not seeing the issues that we saw a year ago coming out of a pretty tough winter. As far as the corn goes, we've had a little window here. Definitely get a lot of field work done, a lot of anhydrous on. The biggest thing now is just to watch the soil temps as you decide to maybe stick a few acres in the ground and you get a little window and some pretty good seed conditions to go ahead and plant some corn. But what we've seen over the last couple of weeks is the soil temperatures really jumping and varying around a little bit, anywhere from 48 degrees after a cold rain to bumping close to 60 degrees on some of the warmer days. So a lot of variability in soil temps. Just take a look at those as you think about planting some corn. And then lastly, just wanted to follow up with a safety message. Kind of been a long winter like usual, and I know us loggers are chomping at the bit to get out there and get a lot of work done that's going to happen in a pretty short period of time. So take those extra few seconds, make sure all the safety appliances on your equipment are working, all the lights are flashing that's supposed to be flashing, and take that extra 10 seconds before you move and think about what you're going to do so we have another safe spring. With that, if you have any questions, please contact your local Pioneer rep. Thanks.